Hi, my name is Connor Lenahan. I am the CEO and founder of Big Red Financial, a wealth management firm in Charleston, founded in 2020. I just want to start off with a quote from Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In everyone's financial life, they will face a fork in the road of either following the advice and planning of a wealth management professional and and having a successful outcome, or trying to guess and maneuver their way in a way that most likely will not succeed by themselves without any guidance. And it is our job as financial professionals to guide everyone on the right path and to ensure that they meet their goals and that they are successful ultimately. The mission of Big Red Financial is to enhance our clients' lives and improve the quality of life of the communities that we serve. When we were founded in 2020, one of the first things that I, as the CEO, decided is that we were going to be true fiduciaries. No matter what was the most profitable product or service for our firm, we will offer the clients the best service that is for them. Through our customized plans, this is achievable, and we still make a profit within year two. The main goal of Big Red Financial is to reach their aspirations, to help their clients reach their aspirations, and establish generational wealth for all their families. What does that mean? I want the communities of Charleston to become the wealthiest city in the United States. That is my goal as a financial professional for an area such as Charleston. It has the potential to do so, and I believe through the right guidance, it could be done. What drives our success? Our fully personalized executive class wealth plans are perfect for any form of family unit, from the single working professional to the early family, all the way to the retiree. However, our target market is young professionals. This is done because we are able to meet their goals and aspirations and set specific targets and measures to reach those goals for the client. And through our eMoney software, they are able to keep track of it themselves and see that their investments and their fees are actually working for them, and that they are getting a better return on investment than they would at any other firm. Our team will be exclusively from federal military academies, senior military colleges, and active duty military veterans. A senior military college, for those of you who don't know, are colleges such as the Citadel, the Virginia Military Institute, and Norwich. I personally think as CEO that these three sources of potential employees create individuals that are dedicated and are goal-oriented and will achieve the task at hand no matter what it may be. Our investment strategy allows us to reach higher returns at a lower cost and a similar risk, meaning that the upside for the client grows exponentially and our risk that we put the client in diminishes equally. So overall, the client will receive more money per year from their returns than if they were to do an annuity through an insurance company or get a cookie cutter plan from a firm such as Edward Jones or Kern Financial Partners. The unique ability to turn a large quantity of clients into a large number of quality clients is something that I view is Big Red's Financial's best factor. We have the opportunity to turn people who aren't even on the radar of investment firms, of traditional investment firms such as Edward Jones, into extremely wealthy and successful individuals. And then we will already have a trust-based relationship established with these clients, and they will be more likely to stay on our plan with us. As you will see later on in the financial section, we do a lot for 25% of every year of our clients leaving us. That is just a conservative number to ensure that we do not overestimate our projections. So I just wanted to walk you guys through a investment strategy for a 25-year-old who starts off with $25,000 in initial capital and has $5,000 each year and receives an annual return of 8%. As you see around year 15 to 20 and 20 to 25, this is where the majority of the growth and the spiral upward it happens, and where the point in their life where they make a lot more money as well. So that $5,000 figure can also grow even higher, which means the returns and the net assets under management for them would be better and higher. And additionally, at year 40, when they retire, that number that they have, it will be only 3% of that will be taken out every year, meaning that additional 5% will be used to cover inflation and grow the portfolio as it is. So they will never run out of purchase power, which is the main thing that you're worried about for retirees. And your assets keep growing for future generations' use, meaning that generational wealth is established and that this 8% return is a very feasible and accessible number for any plan that there is. The current industry for financial planning and wealth management in Charleston is a growing environment of all industries, not including financial management. After the COVID-19 situation, Charleston has bounced back just a snap of finger, and actually it didn't see too much of a downturn. The current young professional will seem to take in from $50,000 to $150,000 per year, with a median income of $64,283. In the past 3 years, this has grown by 7.48%, which means that salaries keep increasing, which is beneficial for an advisory firm such as ours, because that means more disposable income for our clients, which means they can invest more and their portfolios can grow even more, which means our revenue grows even more. The local universities and military installations ensure that each year a fresh new crop of potential clients comes into the area. And through our specialized teams, we will be able to reach each and every section of them. And as discussed later, through our education enterprise sale, we will be able to reach hopefully 15% of people to get into the program, and then retain 5% overall of all college graduates from those institutions in the area. So I am a Citadel alumni, which means that I am a part of the strong alumni network that the Citadel offers, and that will greatly benefit our company and our firm in the Low Country, as well as nationally, but mainly in Charleston. It will help establish a foothold. And since we have a reputation of being Citadel graduates, of being upright and trustworthy citizens, I view this as a massive strength for our company, as compared to many people who might come from the north and just move down to Charleston. They don't have any roots in the city. I and the rest of the team will have strong roots in Charleston or in a different state of operations. Our weaknesses: I am personally very young for this industry. I have not had an extensive experience. However, my proof of concept is I started off with around $20,000, and within a year, I was able to turn that into $40,000 in a time of a very turbulent market. And that is not the strategy that our clients will use, because that was a very high risk strategy. But I understand the needs of clients, and I understand how to operate a business, as I have already operated a small apparel business that was cash flow positive within its first year at one point. An opportunity in the area is the area is constantly growing, and incomes keep increasing for these populations. Such as when companies such as Blackbaud and Boeing come, they tend to bring very talented and very educated individuals to join their teams, and those people make a lot of money. However, they do not have a large number of cash at hand, which means companies such as Edward Jones or Northwestern Mutual do not view these as their target demographic, and neither do small firms in the area. While we view them as the ideal candidate, because we are able to grow with them throughout their lifespan. And hopefully when they stay on for all 40 years, we get to see the fulfillment that their families feel when they finally reach retirement. Our competition can be broken down to three main factors: companies of insurance, such as Northwestern Mutual, more traditional larger investment firms, such as Edward Jones, and other small investment firms, as where I used to work at Curran Financial Partners. Northwestern Mutual and other insurance companies tend to sell products called annuities, which are essentially bonds that are backed up and bunched into a package that means that risk is lower and they still make a size like a decent return that's bigger than a high yield saving account, but not much more. But the fees that go along with it are very high if you terminate your contract with them. Companies as Edward Jones tend to offer services towards more high net worth individuals, meaning they would already prefer you to be a millionaire or a very wealthy individual, but prior to you becoming a client. And small firms such as Curran Financial Partners are more of a boutique shop where they like to have a very limited number of clients, but they are very specialized towards those clients. And again, those clients tend to be above the $300,000 net worth range, meaning that our target market is not affected by any of these as of yet. And I view this as a very big opportunity because once we do that, and once we reach our target market, we will be able to take over because we will essentially we will dam off the river that flows to these companies. So how does a client get onboarded with our system? So at first we will hold the seminar. At that time, we will collect client information, basic contact information such as phone numbers, email addresses, date of births. And then we will input those into our CRM software called Redtail. And then we will establish a first meeting with the client to basically just have the client explain to us what they're looking for in a wealth management firm, such as do they want to maximize their growth or do they want to take a more safe approach to their investment strategies. Then within 2 days, if there's no contact, our wealth manager will reach back out and set up a second meeting that outlines what we recommend and then how we will approach it. And we will also introduce to them eMoney, our software that lets the client monitor all of their investments, as well as any other financial data that they may have, such as mortgage payments, credit card debt, or other investment properties that they may own. They can input all of that information into eMoney and see everything in one consolidated, unique little package that would be ideal for our target market who likes to do many things on the go and, like myself, enjoys multitasking and utilizing their time as efficiently as possible. So each client will receive a fully personalized, as described before, executive class plan for their unique situation. No cookie cutter plans whatsoever. What does that mean? Each plan will be tailored to that client's goals and will be updated annually. And while they will have biannual meetings, the second meeting will just be to review what's going on and to ensure that they're still happy with their goals for that year. The next year, when we sit down for the first time, we will discuss what their goals for this year is. Would they like to increase their returns? And if so, by how much? And are they willing to take on more risk? So factors such as these: are they planning to start a family? Are they looking to purchase a house? As all of our employees will be required to have a Series 65 license as well as a real estate license, which means that we will be able to help them out with identifying a property that could be used for both personal living and then eventually an investment property, which is one of the fastest ways to grow wealth in the United States, meaning that we can help purchase that with them and walk them through the steps of identifying the factors that go into a sound property investment. I initially will be the CEO and a wealth planner. We will hire a marketing team member in year 2, but following that, as we grow and as we add more employees and team members, we will pair up a wealth planner with a marketing team member based on their like-mindedness and their uniqueness and their unique factors that brought them onto the team. And then once we hit the point of 4 pairs of those teams, we will hire a CIO and a CMO a chief investment officer and a chief marketing officer, and that will allow them adequate time to establish strategies for those pairs to achieve their goals. Their goals being a minimum of bringing on $16 million of assets under management annually, which that will result in us meeting our mark each year and growing at a steady rate. Because as each year goes on, we will add an additional team member, if not multiple, in the future. This will allow our team members to work both individually and cooperatively, in the sense of that they get to work individually with their pairs, but they cooperatively meet their goal of $16 million under management each year per pair, if not more. The $16 million is the minimum mark. And if the team does not meet this minimum number, repercussions will be had. Retraining at first, and if it does not work out after that, we will terminate the employee and find someone else to replace them, as we do not want to waste their time, and we want the relationship to be mutually beneficial for both parties at hand. The chief investment officer, once we have the 4 pairs, will essentially be establishing investment strategies and monitoring the wealth planners to make sure they're both acting ethically and that they are truly enforcing the correct plans and that their numbers and their calculations are accurate. And the marketing officer will work with the marketing team members to ensure that the seminars are met up, the education enterprise system is working efficiently, and that we are meeting our minimum numbers that we would like to see from those universities and institutions, as well as growing our client base annually. That the annual growing of the number of clients is a combined effort, and which will meet seamlessly between both parties of the pair. So for marketing and sales, we will hold 4 events per month, which means the wealth planner will hold 4 seminars per month. This will be based on young professionals. These events will be held at places such as MUSC or at a workshop or a seminar area, something along the lines. We want as many young professionals getting into our door as possible. I view as CEO, the more people who come into the office, the more people who see our product and our service, the more people who will come on fully as clients. We will also sponsor local teams and clubs. This will make a trusted connection between Big Red Financial and the institutions that we already do not have a connection with, such as College Charleston or Charleston Southern. We will have to establish those relationships, but once we do, we are sure they will be mutually beneficial for both parties. Online advertisements through targeted Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram, and Twitter. This is a ability to reach a broad audience and to make also a little bit of revenue through YouTube videos, as well as potentially some Instagram posts in the future. We will also provide a weekly blog that talks about the current news in the market and currently what's happening, such as if this was going on at the beginning of COVID, talk about the implications it would have on travel agencies or cruise lines, something along those lines. We will also create a weekly YouTube video discussing investments and ideas and approaches that people could take. This would just be as another way to get people into the door. Also, we will additionally have a bi-weekly podcast, which means twice a week, most likely Monday and Friday, which we will discuss and have people on the podcast to discuss business, entrepreneurship, just different professions, and have as many people as we can educate us, and we can mutually educate them as well. Finally, for our active clients, we will send out a quarterly newsletter letting them know changes with the team, who's coming on board, who left us, and anything along the lines that we view necessary to let them know. One of the most innovative things I think Big Red Financial can do, and that I am most excited about, is the education enterprise sale. We would like to receive 15% of total graduates from the universities in the Charleston area to join this program. And essentially they pay $200 the first year and then $400 the second and third for just basic financial advice, get them in the door, help them establish their net worth, and then they can come on as clients in the future, fully paying $600 a month, which will be discussed further in the financial plan section. But this will essentially allow us to have a constant feed and client pool and prospect pool that will lead Big Red Financial to, like I said before, cut off the dam to our competition. So how our financial billing system works is that each client will be billed a minimum of $600 annually, which breaks down to $50 a month. No, not much more than a mid-tier gym membership. However, this is a gym membership that you do not need to go to every day, and I think most people will be more than happy to pay $50 a month to receive financial planning advice. Once the client reaches $60,000 under assets under management, then we will turn to a 1% annually payment that will be broken down into quarterly payments of 1% of their total assets under management. This is simply because once we reach that point, it's a larger asset class, so we need to be compensated for that amount. And once it breaks down to it, we actually will be doing enough work for those clients at that 1% threshold point. The education enterprise clients, as I said before, will be billed $200 the first year, and then $400 the following 2 years. This is as a way to get clients into the system and to help them establish their net worth. We will provide a budget and a basic financial plan for them for those initial 3 years, which will help them grow the net worth. And then once they come on, and hopefully in year 4, once our target is 5% or 145 students or students, recent graduates of those universities per year to stay on as clients. In the first 3 years, this would not bring in a substantial amount of income. However, this would work extremely well to our benefit in the future once they become full-time clients, and their revenue will grow even faster than that. So here we have the income statement and the break-even point. We break even in quarter 3 of year 2. This is simply because of the fact that we have a lot of growing between years 1 and 2. We add a full-time employee, and we have many other factors that go along with that. The payments of that employee and an increase in salary for myself. Our income for the first year, we take a loss of $10,000 and $588. However, I will be self-funding this project, and I will be putting in $20,000 as reserve capital initially, and that would cover the losses, and then we would recoup those losses within the first 2 years after that. So by the year 2023, we will have made more money back than we had actually spent initially. So I added 2 statements of cash flows just to express the ideas and to keep it conservative between without the education enterprise sale and with the education enterprise sale. As you can see with the education enterprise sale, we do make more money. However, it would be a lot more clients to work through each year. And for the initial year 1 or 2, it still might be too much for Big Red Financial to handle. However, after years 3, 4, and so on, it would be much more accessible for us to actually accomplish this task at hand. For the years 1 and 2 and 3 without the education enterprise sale, you see in year 1 we still have that reserve cash of $9,412, but we recoup all of those gains, all those expenses by year 2023, where we have an end of year cash of $55,959.48, which means that we are cash flow positive by year 2. And that is ideal for us because once we hit that cash flow positive point, we will never turn back. And so long as we keep growing and keep adding new clients, our revenue will keep growing exponentially. As the clients' assets under management grows, our revenue grows. So we have the incentive to ensure that maintains And even if we did not have that incentive, we would do that because we want to run a true fiduciary business as described before. Thank you for your time and have a great day.